In a city like New York, where millions of people live their lives every single day, it's easy to believe that nothing can truly go unnoticed. Every street has a story, every building has a history, and every person leaves a trace behind. But what if there was a place where none of that was true? A place where people don't just disappear, but are completely erased, as if they never existed at all. This is that place. The Boroughs. At first it doesn't seem special. Just another forgotten corner of the city. Old buildings, empty sidewalks, fading signs. A place most people pass by without a second thought. But the truth is, people don't avoid the Boroughs by accident. On some level, they feel it. That something isn't right. And those who ignore that feeling usually don't get a second chance. The story follows Ethan Cole, a former detective with a reputation for solving the impossible. Ethan wasn't just good at his job, he was obsessed with the truth. He believed that every mystery had an answer, every disappearance had a reason, until he found a case that proved him wrong. Years ago, Ethan was assigned to investigate the sudden disappearance of an entire family. No signs of forced entry, no struggle, no evidence of escape. It was as if the family had simply stopped existing. At first, Ethan treated it like any other case. He interviewed neighbors, he searched the house, he followed every possible lead. But something about this case was different. The deeper he went, the less sense it made. Witnesses who had spoken to him the day before suddenly couldn't remember anything. Important evidence vanished from police storage. Even official reports began to change on their own. Names disappeared from files, details rewrote themselves. It was like reality itself was being altered. Ethan tried to fight it. He documented everything. He kept personal notes, photos, recordings, anything that couldn't be easily changed. But even that wasn't enough. One by one, every piece of proof he had disappeared. And then, without warning, the case was shut down. No explanation, no conclusion. Just gone. Ethan was left with nothing, no evidence, no support, no one who believed him. To everyone else, the case had never even existed. That was the moment Ethan broke. He lost his job, his reputation, and eventually, himself. So he did the only thing he could do. He walked away from the truth, from the past, from everything that reminded him of what he couldn't explain. And somehow, that's what led him to the Boroughs. It wasn't planned, it wasn't intentional. But looking back, it almost feels like it was inevitable, like something was guiding him there. At first the Boroughs felt like an escape. No noise, no pressure, no expectations, just silence. But not a peaceful silence. A heavy silence, the kind that makes you feel like you're being watched, even when you're completely alone. Ethan noticed it immediately. The way people avoided eye contact. The way conversations ended too quickly. The way no one ever seemed to stay outside after dark. It wasn't normal. But Ethan had spent years ignoring his instincts, so he ignored this too. Until the night everything changed. He was walking home when he saw someone standing at the end of the street. A man, perfectly still, not moving, not reacting, just watching. Ethan felt it instantly, that same feeling he had during the old case, that something was wrong. He looked away for just a second, And when he looked back, the man was gone. No sound, no movement, nothing. That should have been the moment Ethan left, but he didn't. Because the next morning, something even stranger happened. His neighbor disappeared, not gradually, not quietly, completely. The apartment was empty, no belongings, no signs anyone had ever lived there. And when Ethan asked around, no one remembered that neighbor at all. That's when the past came rushing back. The same pattern, the same impossible feeling, and the same terrifying conclusion. It was happening again, this time in the burrows. Ethan tried to stay out of it. He told himself it wasn't his problem anymore, but the disappearances kept happening, and each one made it harder to ignore. A store owner who vanished mid-conversation, a child who disappeared from a playground, an entire family gone overnight. And, every time, reality adjusted itself. Memories changed, records erased. It was like the world was correcting itself, removing anything that didn't belong. That's when Ethan found the photograph, hidden behind a loose panel in his apartment wall. Old, faded, but unmistakable. It showed the burrows, and standing in the middle of the street was Ethan himself. Years before he had ever arrived, that was the moment everything changed, because now, it wasn't just happening.